Hey guys, it's Adrian, and in this video, I'll reveal my top secret weapon for fast 3D modeling, which is using custom shortcuts on my mouse and my keyboard. Now, the real secret is I use a razer naga mouse, and it has 12 beautiful buttons on the side. Now, if I, for example, hold the shift key on the keyboard or any other key, I add additional 12 buttons. All right, it's very exciting, guys. Just think about it. Using the mouse like this one, it has 12 buttons on side, and change any of these uh, buttons to a shortcuts, hotkeys. It's fastening your workflow by 10 times because you don't need to move your hand off the mouse and put it on the keyboard and trying to find the shortcuts on your keyboard. It's way faster when you have all these tools just on top of your finger. It's very amazing, guys. So if you want to learn more about all these advanced shortcuts, you can go to my website, Adrian CGMask, Advanced Shortcuts for Modeling, and learn about all these shortcuts and bunch of scripts. Let me demonstrate it inside of 3ds Max. First, I'm going to open up the razer software in here. Now I go to the top view. For example, in here I have number 5 and number 4. I change the number 5 to Shift Control Alt T, which is a stand for a tool called Repeat the Last Tool. I change the number 4 to Delete. Let me go to the side view. It has 12 buttons, obviously. I change the number 3 to Undo, number 6 to Redo, number 9 Wireframe, number 12 to let me go to my website, number 12 to Toggle Display Edge Faces. Now if I hold Shift on my mouse, number 3 will have undo the viewport camera. Shift 6 on the mouse, it will redo the viewport camera. And Shift number 9, it will be toggle display selected with edge faces, and number 12, Shift number 12, it will enable shape face toggle. Awesome. Very exciting stuff, guys. Let me demonstrate it inside of 3ds Max. For example, I extrude this edge up. I want to undo that. I hit 3 on my mouse, just like that. Undo and redo. 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Very fast. For example, I want to move the camera all the way here, and I want to get back to the previous position of the camera. I hold Shift 3, Shift 6, 3, 6, 3 to undo and redo the camera position. Then number 9, I activated the wireframe. Very simple. Number 12, I activate and deactivate edge faces. For example, I added turbo zoom modifier in here, and I want to see the object very clearly without all these, additional edges like that. I hit number 12 on the mouse, and it activated edge faces. Activate and deactivate. Very fast, very easy. Now the exciting part of all of these shortcuts on my mouse is for the viewport, for the camera viewport. Like number 2, I change it to the front view. Shift number 2, it will go to the back view. Number 5, right, Shift. Number 5, left. Number 8, top, Shift 8, bottom. And number 1 is perspective. Let me go to the perspective view. If I hold Shift, number 1, it will enable maximize the viewport. All right. Then number 11, it will let me remove the turbo smooth, activated edge faces. Number 11, it will ignore the back face column. Like if I hit number 11, now it only select these faces on the front. Hit number 11 again, I can select all the faces. All right. Now number 4, I can is activate I set it to constraint to edge. It's a very handy and useful tool. Constraint to edge like that in here. I can deactivate it by using Shift 4 and constraint to none. Instead of going through all the editable poly, go scroll down, find the constraints, and switch it to edge constraint. I can easily hit the one button on my mouse. How awesome is that? It might, at first, it might sound a little bit of confusing and overwhelming, but believe me, after one day or two, you will get used to it, and you're never gonna come back to the traditional mouse, with only two buttons. Funny. So is number 10 is control backspace to just remove the edges with the vertices. All right. So let me go to my website again. Now we are done with the mouse shortcuts. Now, first I'm gonna tell you something else. I use the same shortcut hotkeys for the same tool for other 3D application. For example, Maya has bridge tool. I use a certain hotkeys on my mouse. Now I use the same buttons for Maya and 3ds Max because they share the same tool, right? It's confusing to, for example, it's very confusing for different buttons for the same tool on a different application. So I use the same hotkeys for the same tool on different applications, different 3D packages. It will be very much easier. So let me go straight to the keyboard shortcuts for 3ds Max. In here, I center the pivot by using, for example, I change the pivot right here. I want to center the pivot. Instead of go to the activate pivot and center the pivot, I hit Alt key on my keyboard to center the pivot. Then this I can convert to editable poly. F2, I can see the model on smoothing. See the model with smoothness iteration number 3 in here. F2, like Maya. Control X to connect. I can connect all these. Instead of go right click and connect, I can easily Control X on my keyboard way faster than go to the right click and connect or find it in here. On the keyboard is way faster. Control X. See on the keyboard to cut tool. Very fast. See cut tool. All right. Now keyboard D key, activate the pivot. Yes, activate the pivot. I can change the pivot like that. Shift V to bridge. Yes, I can. For example, I want to move it down here like this one. I want to bridge it. Select this one and Shift V to bridge. X key, the Swift tool. The Swift tool, very easy. I hit X on my keyboard and it will activate the Swift tool. Very awesome. And Control Shift V to bevel. I hit this, Control Shift V, and I can insert. Very easy. Then in the Maya, it's almost the same tool. Alt C to center the pivot, C to multicast, V to bridge, Control X, the same as in the 3ds Max to connect, and X is the same tool to adding the edge. Alright, this was the end of this tutorial. Hope you like it. Be sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and see you guys next time. Take care.